Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be discussing deployment, how it feels to be on a U.S. Navy ship, what do you do on deployment, specifically for undesignated. I am undesigned right now, so I'm able to tell you guys a little more about it. But before we get started, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications by tapping that bell, and let's get into it. So first off, if you are undesignated, this video is for you. Thank you for tuning in. So first, I want to explain what being undesignated is. So undesignated is basically having an open contract. And what that is in Navy terms, you don't have a specific rate, but at the same token, you have a rate. If that makes sense. It makes sense. No. Okay, we're gonna continue. So most undes, they work on the ship, and who they work with are the BMs, and we work with the QMs, the quartermasters, and the bosun mates. Bosun mates basically control deck department, and when I say deck department, I mean line handling, pulling in the port, leaving port, all that fun stuff, moving equipment around, taking off the sand off the ship, and all of that good stuff. So you will be working with deck department. It's 2 years. I know some recruiters tell you 6 months, but it will be 2 years. So be prepared. You will be on the ship for, doing deck stuff for 2 years. You will be able to strike in a year, but it will take an approximate time of 2 years to actually complete that process and to be completing on-the-job training to get into your new rate, if that rate is available, right? So, on the ship, I can only speak for deployment because I have not been able to experience being undez and working shore in the yards, but I do have an idea of how it is, so I will give bits and details about that. But on the ship, you will stand watch. On my ship, I know I was on an LPD. LPD, I'm not going to say the name of it, but we basically, we stood watch. I think it was 3 hours in the morning and then 3 hours in the night. And then on top of that, during the day, you will do your daily duties, whatever duties your department has for you to do, whether you're undez or not. Some rates, I'm not gonna lie, they don't stand watch. So the rates that control deck department are the ones that will most likely, presumably, be in charge of watch. You have messenger, you have starboard side, port side watch. Then you have aft watch, aft lookout. So there's different watches that you'll stand. Also, you will be completing a lot of gun qual trainings and different trainings available while on shore. So I definitely would like to recommend for you to take advantage of that, because once you pull in port, a lot of the trainings and a lot of the quals that you're able to get while out to shore are not while out to sea are not available when you come to shore duty, because the ship is in the yards and you're basically focused on working on the ship to be able to go pull out on the next deployment. Most times it doesn't pull out until like 4 to 5 years, so by the end of your contract you probably won't be able to even go back on deployment unless they move you to a different ship which needs people to go out to deployment from your department. Other than that, yeah, you'll be all set for that. Also, while on deployment, sometimes they will have you helping with boxes. I know on my ship there were a lot of Marines. My sisters and brothers, let's go. I love y'all to death, man. And there were a lot of Marines that helped us out with this. We had RAS and FAST. Oh, that's something else to look for being on the ship. So I'm going to explain that really quick. I know a lot of people get confused by this, so I want to make sure that I'm clear. RAS, refueling at sea. FAST, fueling at sea. I'm sorry, excuse me. RAS, replenishment at sea. FAST, fueling at sea. So replenishment at sea is goods, I believe sometimes you can get mail, if I'm not mistaken. Goods, mail, all of that fun stuff, supplies, sometimes medical supplies, actually all the time medical supplies. Anything that the ship needs, most times other ships pass it over to our ship, and then we just, we handle the lines to be able to show, we handle the P&D line, which has numbers on it to show the distance between from our ship from the other ship, and you have to stand that line for sometimes 8 to 9 hours, sometimes in the heat and the sun, so we rotate out. Yeah, so that's RAS. And then fast is fueling at sea. So basically it is what it sounds like, self-explanatory. You're just refueling the ship so that we continue on with the mission. So yeah, that was just a little insider. But yeah, you will be doing these things. Also, what else will we be doing at sea? Painting. But you wouldn't necessarily do this when the ship is moving because it's not safe. So we will do this when we pull in port. So when you pull in port, we paint. You use the painter boats, the little tiny little paint boats, and you will be painting. You will be painting the ship. But yeah, I know this was a short video. I'm so sorry, but it's not really too many details. You stand watch, you do your job, you help out with, different tasks during the day. It's a pretty easy job at sea. I would say for deck department. You also do man overboard training. So sometimes when you're pulled into port, they'll say man overboard, and whatever you're doing, you stop what you're doing. You run over to the boat valley, and then you complete the training for man overboard. You might have to put on a safety vest and help with pulling in the line for the man overboard boat, or heaving around or whatever. So it's a pretty easy task, being away at sea. I just feel like maybe the most difficult part for people is not necessarily the job, but maybe just accumulation of being homesick, things of that nature. But I think you should be fine. Just be positive, think of the positive, and have fun when you pull into port. Be safe, be responsible, but have fun. Like you're going to all these different countries. I've been to Croatia, I've been to Turkey, I've been to Germany twice, I've been to Italy, and I've been to Virginia twice, currently whatever, and I've been to Illinois, Chicago. So I've been all over the world. Probably missed a place, to be honest, but if it comes back to me, I'll state it in my next video. But yeah, being on deployment is pretty amazing. I would definitely, if you are looking into joining the military, I would definitely consider it.